What's up guys, Edquarters here, and today we're going to be taking another look at Love, Money, Rock and Roll in episode 4 of our ongoing series, looking at this little visual novel from Soviet Games. So if you remember in the last episode, we made it to school, finally. We punched a bully down, which felt pretty good, but I think he was one of the popular kids, so that might have repercussions later. And then a girl in the cafeteria spilt juice all over us. That's right, juice. Not water. Juice. We're going to be sticky and smelly for the rest of the day. And that was, apparently, Elisama, who here is the school queen. Which, of course, Kyosuke, our friend, told us. So, meanwhile, I slowly turned around and took a look in the direction of the school queen. Judging by the happy voices and laughter coming from her table, Elisama had already forgotten about the incident with the lowly serf. That's me, guys. Lowly serf here. The worst superhero of all time. Lowly serf saves the day once again with the toil of his hands. The juice dried up pretty quickly, leaving visible yellow stains on the otherwise white shirt. Yeah, looks once again like we've wet all over our chest. With our chest penis. See episode 1 or 2? Episode 1, I made that joke. I remember my jokes. I certainly didn't care about my outwards appearance, but the school had rules and such devil-may-care attitude was frowned upon. I had to change into my sports shirt and jacket. Shock! Hotter! Oh, we don't get to see me changing. The next class passed without incident, and then came time for lunch break. Oh, that was obviously just morning break. Sorry. And that meant having a proper meal. Did I agree to meet with Himitsu? I did eat lunch a mere hour ago, so I could just take a walk around the school. Oh, and here we've got another choice. So far, in all our time of playing, we have only had one choice, which I've found okay, since the dialogue and the text itself is pretty good. But you might be the sort of person that wants a little bit more interactivity in your visual novel. So be warned, this is only the second choice, I believe. Let's go and have lunch with Himitsu. We've got to keep our options open. Oh, that was a weird noise. Oh, there she is. It's nice. Maybe we did agree to meet after all, and I just forgot. I certainly didn't want to hear any of Kyosuke's banter, nor did I want to eat any stale rolls from the snack bar. Well, do what you want. I have plans with Himitsu. Oh, Nick, playing it cool. I see. He answered cryptically. I see your smile. I see your smile. What are you insinuating, Kyosuke? What are you insinuating? Right, where are we now? Oh, we're in another classroom. Oh, all the classes in our school seemed identical to me, not only because they really were identical, but also because I didn't really know anyone in any of them. Oh, wow. His music has picked up a bit, hasn't it? Oh. On the flip side, the others knew who I was, so nobody was surprised when a senior entered a classroom with second years. Hey Himitsu. Hey, I thought we agreed to eat lunch together. Smooth operator. What if... No, not really. At first Himitsu seemed to have been caught off guard, but she immediately smiled and continued. Well, maybe we did agree. Anyway, let's go. So what's happening here is that we didn't agree to have lunch at all, and we've surprised her because we're being nice. Oh, we can go sit on that little bench right outside the school gates. Yay. Went to the schoolyard and sat on a bench. Ooh. Oh! She's got little lunch packs for us. She made our breakfast as well. So basically Himitsu is our best friend. She's pretty awesome. She got us up for school. She made us breakfast. She did wake us up at 3 AM. Oh no, we were already awake, but she did ring us at 3 AM. A little bit weird, a little bit clingy, but look how happy she is. So Himitsu pulled out 2 bentos and said with a straight face. And a bento, thanks to the little helpful dialogue box, is the Japanese term for a single portion package meal, usually homemade lunch. So she pulled out our packed lunches, basically. Pick one. But they're the same. They're not. One of them is wrapped in blue, the other in red, see? Yeah, how didn't you notice that, Nick? Come on. Simple. Red pill or blue pill? Himitsu, are you Morpheus? Is this the Matrix? I don't think it's the Matrix. Matrix would have been an altogether different film if the choice was not a red pill or a blue pill, but a red bento or a blue bento. I was sure that was as far as it went when it came to their differences. Okay, well, give me the blue one, yeah. Yeah, I'm a man. I take blue over red. Himitsu made me lunch every day, although for whatever reason she seemed too embarrassed to admit it. It's 'cause she loves you, man. She loves you. She just always somehow ended up with an extra bento. Yeah, Himitsu, you have got the hots for Nick. Hopeless romantic. The way you end up with an extra movie ticket for the girl you like. Here you go. Well, not exactly. She usually tells me that she'll bring one beforehand. But as you can see, she still manages to surprise me. Right, let's see what we have today. Oh, that looks yum. Oh, I got some rice. I unwrapped the bento box and opened it. Rice, tomatoes. Oh, I'm going to massacre this word. Tamagoyaki. Tamagoyaki. I apologise to the Japanese people and the Japanese nation for my horrific mispronunciations of both common Japanese names and foods and just words. I've killed your language, I'm sorry. Tamagoyaki, and what's this? Well, first, tamagoyaki is a Japanese omelette. Usually it's rolled into a roll and cut into pieces, so that's what that is. So there's the rice, tomatoes, tamagoyaki, and I guess we're going to be excited by that. And of course some mandatory grass. The whole meal was adorned with lettuce. Oh, she does like her health foods, does Himitsu. What's the occasion? I picked up the cutlet with my chopsticks and held it under my under my nose, scrutinising it to see whether it was real. Well, you didn't like my breakfast. Yes, but... Wait a minute, didn't you make this before breakfast? Or... Of course not! She laughed. I just decided to add a bit of variety. Well, her cooking generally wasn't something to complain about, especially considering that she was making this selflessly, for free, without compensation, and without any hope of gratitude. I'm sure she'd like some gratitude, Nick. Wink wink, nudge nudge, know what I mean? Know what I mean? Yeah? My conscience was stopping me from taking a single bite, so I had to say, thank you. It's delicious, and sorry for this morning. Oh, we're being nice. I couldn't come up with a sound justification, so an apology would have to do. It's alright. I'm used to it. Oh my god, we're Dick. Coming to the dawning realisation that the character we're inhabiting might have been a bit of a dick before we took over his life. Whoops. Oh well. Himitsu started laughing again. It's even worse now. At least she still likes us. I buried myself in my bento and started eating. I still feel bad for that girl. She sighed. So that must be Iwamura. It's going to happen every time. We'll call her Iwamura, and we'll just stick with that. Or I'll probably forget and call her Iwamaru, but whatever. So this is Iwamura, who we saved this morning at school, which feels like such a long time ago, but was actually only 2 episodes ago. Well, 1 and a bit. We punched a guy, basically, who was picking on her. So, we saved her. We're the knight in shining armour, she sighed. Huh? Who? Himitsu looked at me intently. This morning? At the gates? Oh, right. Carried away by my food, I somewhat lost contact with reality. I often find that. Knee-deep in fried eggs. You wake up to find that the world has changed. Governments have been and gone. Beards have grown. And grown. And grown. And you smell really bad, so don't lose contact with reality whilst eating. Start a good life plan. Did you talk to her in class? No, nor did I really have anything to say. I continued under Himitsu's disapproving stare. I mean, what could I say? I'm sorry that these things happened to you. By the way, how about thanking me for the wonderful rescue? You can't be that harsh. It must be hard on her. You know, she didn't really appear to be suffering. She just doesn't show it. She's used to it. Himitsu grew sad. She doesn't have to show it. I'm not asking for flowers, medals, or letters of recognition. A simple thanks would do. It's not that hard. Maybe for you it isn't. Are you saying I'm wrong? Oh! The very thought of it. Nikolai being wrong? Never happened. I don't know. Don't question my authority, Himitsu. Himitsu finally smiled. No, she didn't. She's still got wibbly face on. In any case, I'm glad that you helped her. And yet, at the time you were saying that we shouldn't get involved. I grinned. I did, but I changed my mind. Why? What you did was the right thing to do. For some reason, Himitsu began resembling a young pioneer. Pioneer? Like Davy Crockett hat? This comparison caused me to start laughing, which in turn made me choke. Grains of rice went flying everywhere. Now see what you've done. She took out a handkerchief and wiped off the grains that were stuck to my face. Oh, Nikolai, looking pretty sexy. Wait, what are you doing? What are people going to think? Usually I take these things less seriously than the Japanese, but this sort of behaviour in public seemed too much even for me. I wonder, doesn't she feel embarrassed by it? What is it? Himitsu became genuinely surprised. That is the face of genuine surprise, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing at all. I demonstratively looked around us, making it clear there were others in the yard. Don't worry about it. She smiled and began rewrapping the now emptied boxes. Sometimes I simply didn't understand her. Oh girls, what a mystery. Oh high school, what a mystery. Maybe once I'm out of high school, it will all become clear. I returned to class literally a couple of minutes later. Before the bell even. Kiyasuke was sitting at my desk chatting away with another classmate. So Romeo, how was lunch? Oh, rumours, they spread like wildfire in this school. Wildfire. It was all right. I answered concisely, yet for some reason I still looked away. Oh, the school day was nearing its end. Tired students were already counting the minutes, but there was still one class to go. During recess, Himitsu stopped by and reminded me that we agreed to visit the new shop together after school. Gonna look at some lingerie, if I remember correctly. At first I didn't even understand what she was on about. The teacher tried in vain to restore order to class, but few students paid any attention. Many of them honestly thought that education and knowledge is important, but at least half the blockheads were occupying seats here solely for the sake of a prestigious diploma. When the next 10 years of your life are already decided, you don't need to worry about little things like grades or qualifications. Settle down, the teacher repeated. Unfortunately, he couldn't yell at them. Yep, no yelling. If you don't quiet down, then you won't know that we have a new girl in class today. Ah, love interest number 3, 4. And instantly there was silence, broken only by a few whispers. A new student? Whisper, whisper, whisper. In the middle of the year? Whisper, whisper, whisper. I wonder if she's cute. Whisper, whisper, whisper. I really didn't care about what was going on. I was used to the constant babble, and the arrival of a new student didn't concern me in the slightest, since I wasn't really familiar with any of the old ones in the first place. And why was she coming in at such an odd hour, like just before the final class? Come in. The classroom immediately became a hubbub, but I was too lazy to even lift my head. I felt something hit my back. Hey! I turned around and looked at Kiyasuke. He was sitting with his mouth agape. Who could possibly evoke such a reaction from these self-important children? I turned toward the blackboard, and a whirlwind of crimson sakura petals blew into the classroom. Oh, pretty. Did someone really find that beautiful? But how? And why? Oh dear, we're blacking out. No, we're not, it's fine. We're not pinking out either. Literally a few meters away from me stood the girl from my visions, a visitor from the past. Oh, it wasn't Himitsu under the cherry tree, was it? Ooh, please introduce yourself. And on that cliffhanger, we're going to wrap up episode 4 there. I hope you all enjoyed the video. There's a link to the Kickstarter for the game and the game demo itself underneath in the description. I've been Ed Quarters, this has been Love, Money, Rock and Roll, and I'll see all of you in the next one. Bye for now.